Hello everyone, I'm Surabhi. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a requested video by one of my friends who asked me that how did I teach addition to my little kids? In the sense that how do you explain addition to a toddler? How do you show it visually? What manipulatives I use? And then now when my kids are like near around 8-year-old, how did we teach 2-digit addition, 3-digit addition, all those steps. So I thought I'll make a video about beginning, like how did we start. So how do I teach addition? It is 3 to 8-year-old because at the age of 3 and a half, we started with the basic concepts of manipulatives in the Montessori way, and so there we started. And now my child is approaching near about 8-year-old. This year she'll be 8. So how we are doing 3-digit addition? So we do step by step. Okay, these steps have to be done before we do the next step. It is not like limited to age, that by either age of 4 child should know this, age of 5 child should know this. I don't follow like that. I go by the pace of my child, and I say so because my elder one got this concept very fast, but my 6-year-old younger one is still, I think, second or third step, and that's still okay. So just my intention is to teach you that how to teach a child, because when I was in this stage, I had no clue how to teach a child. I knew addition, but how to explain a 4-year-old or 5-year-old what are we doing? So that's the intention. And the manipulatives I use, I'll explain those also. So these are the step by step we are going. So let's start with the first step. First, this uh, that how I learned or what I knew about addition when I was a mother and I want to teach my child. I have done, I always wrote like this: 2 below 6, 8, 24 plus 48, and I thought I can teach my child like this. But I could not explain this to my 4 to 5-year-old, my elder one at that age. So because she'll ask questions like, why 24? How do you write? Why do you think carry over there? Why writing two levels? Kind of mind it straight. Um, and my elder one is really vocal, and if she doesn't get it, she doesn't get it. So that is when I started exploring Montessori, that how do you teach addition in a Montessori way, in a hands-on way, rather than just writing in a paper with a pen, like I understood and I remembered in my childhood or in my adulthood. I don't know how I was taught, but yeah, I knew this way, so I'll start doing with Montessori level. So in Montessori, we do everything by manipulatives. You can use your fingers and manipulatives for the little ones. Then I use blocks. Like I had wooden blocks, but I have donated them now because my kids are older. But like any manipulative which they can visually see, feel that what is one, this is one. I had these ones which I told which I made myself using the beads and the wire for showing number sense, like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the ones we had. And then I had made the tens manipulatives with pipe cleaner and beads. I already made a video that how do I make them all. It's like 10, 20. And these are the manipulatives which are from learning resources. They are called base 10 blocks. This I bought, I think, 2 years back when my elder one was around 5 or like that. So these are I'm using still with my younger one when she's 6. So this is one of the manipulative which I bought intentionally for maths. Rest of all DIY craft stuff. So yeah, this was it. So these are the manipulatives mainly I'm using in all the addition process of my kids. So now let's start. When a child is a baby, not baby, but toddler, preschool level, and you have to explain what is addition. So, like, what is plus symbol? What does it mean? So I taught like plus means you bring things together, because there are two lines that are brought together, and if there is one line, it means you remove them. So that is how I visually taught that when two things are together, it is addition. Because yes, my kids used to forget that what does plus means. Plus is, see, there are two lines bring together, it means we are bringing things together. Addition is bringing things together. Like if you have two fingers and mama has two fingers, we bring them together, you make 4 fingers. If I have one finger and I get 3 more fingers, I bring them together, I make 4 fingers. So it means 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So we did the first step for my child was visually using fingers. We did games using fingers. Okay, Sia, can you tell me what is 2 plus 5? So she'll make 2 with her, and then other hand she'll use to make 5. Okay, mama, this is 7. We did everything with fingers. So they were very little. Then we use manipulatives like this. Any blocks? Okay, can you give me 2 blocks? Okay, these are 2 blocks. Okay, can you give me 5 more blocks? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, can you bring them together? I bring all of them together. So how many do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that means 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. So that is what we did with the manipulatives for my toddler level, I can say. That after we understand the number sense, we go to bringing things together. I'm not introducing subtraction now, only addition. Just don't confuse a child, because even my 6-year-old still gets confused with plus and minus. Uh, just taking one thing at a time. Addition. So addition means bringing things together. Then if possible, when the child is near about 4-year-old or so, 4 or 5, depending on the mastery on the fingers, you can show visually, like if the child is using pencil, pen, everything. So my elder one was using pens comfortably near about and pen and pencils, basically near about 5 plus. So we used like, see, number 5, it means 2 and 3 come together to make number 5. So this is how you introduce the concept of number bonds, that if 3 and 2 also make 5 and 2 and 3 also make 5. So this is a property of numbers, but you're the property of numbers, but a child just sees the number bonds visually, that how do you create number bonds? What does this concept mean? I'm not expecting at this age a child to master it, but you introduce number bonds with this. My younger one, who is 6, till last year, like 5.5, she was still doing everything with fingers, and that's okay. Basically, a child is visually seeing what he is doing and can do addition. So finger digit addition, single digit addition. So this is all we did when your output was less than 10. 4 plus 5, 2 plus 3. First, when the child is mastered over the single digit, then we move to when one number is double digit. You're still at fingers, okay? We have not done anything else. We are still at the fingers or these simple manipulatives. I use fingers all the time because we can do those things while walking to the bus stop or in the bus also. So I always preferred fingers because this give me more chance to practice rather than just sitting down and doing this. So my younger one, who is a kinesthetic learner, this was good for introducing concept, but practicing, we did everything on fingers. So there's one level we are done, okay? Once this title is done, 2 plus 2, 3 plus 2, or 7 plus 2, like that, then we move to this level. When the one number is bigger, basically the output is more than 10. It will not fit in 2 hands of my child. So then the technique is that you have to think of a big number in your mind and make another number in your hand. Again, very basic, but I'm telling you the perspective of a child. When I taught, it was a rocket science. Because still, I'll tell you, last year my younger one will confuse. You gave me 12 plus 5. How do I make 12 in my mind? 12 in my fingers. No, you have to make that in your mind because it's bigger number. Then she will like, okay. So it starts at basics from like 7 plus 5, 12. So no, then she will try to make 7 in her hands and 5 also in her hands, and then she get confused. I'll say, no, make one big number in your mind. Okay, 7 in my mind. Now make 5. Or if the child is not making 5, okay, 7 you think, 5 I'll make. So my child is, okay, I am thinking 7. Okay, count mama's 5 fingers. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So basically, first the child was using both the numbers in her hands. Now I'll let her know, you think one number mama will make for you. And then slowly child will be like, you make the second number in your hands, one number make in your mind. So this is the concept. Again, we practice and practice. 12 for 7 plus 5, because 7, but this will again happen. My younger one will do cheating. She's like, no, I'm not thinking 7 in my mind. I'll make 7 and use my hands again, whatever. So then you move to the next level. 12 plus 6. Now 12, no way she can make in hands. So she's forced to think in her mind, and she gets frustrated. It's pretty common. I mean, my child does get, maybe your child doesn't, but yeah. 12 think in her mind, add 6, make 18. So once the child has mastered all this, I will wait, if not till mastery, still a confident level to this one. Then I move to the concept of base 10. Now what is base 10 is, I don't know about you people, but when I was a kid, I studied in Hindi medium school, so मैं इकाई, दहाई, सैकड़ा, हज़ार मुझे वैसे ही याद था. Now I had to learn what is base 10 concept, what is ones, tens, hundreds. It's very easy, but still was not taught like this in my childhood. I had no idea that ikai, dhai, sakra, hazar can be used for addition. So that is a new concept to me, but that's how I learned it this way. So base 10 blocks are like ones, and this is tens, and if you this one, this is 100. Okay. So this is basically ikai, dahai, sankra, 100, tens, and ones. This was the base 10 blocks. Now, okay, let's go back to addition and base 10. My child is still here, okay? Now we'll introduce the concept of base 10. So, because these are 1 square. So, first you told like, this is ones. Use them as simple manipulators. Do not confuse them with, base 10 blocks. For a child, just tell, earlier we counted with these blocks. Now today we are counting with these blocks. So, let's take out these all blocks out of the box. And, let's do addition like this. Just don't confuse the base 10 to them. But I'm telling you technically what is it called. So, I have so many blocks here for my child. Okay. Now, can you make 12? So, she will count 12 here, right? 4, 4, 8, and 4, 12. Okay, Mama, this is 12. Okay, can you make a group of 10 here? Okay, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this is 10 and 2 makes 12. Now, I have this one. So, because I have taught tens and ones already in a already when you introduce the manipulative tools 10 ones, right? So I'll make a different video how I use these blocks. But yeah, just coming back to addition. Now my child knows this is tens, this is ones. So I called her to make 12. I removed 10. I told this is 10, so I can replace it by this. It is too cumbersome to have 12. Yes, mom, we can remove these ones. So it means 10 and 2 is equal to 12. So can you write 12? 10, so this is called expanding form. 12 is written as 10 plus 2. 6 is written as 6. So it means 12 has 1 tens and 2 ones, right? And then if you have to bring them together, like if you're adding now 12, you have to add 6 to it. So I bring 6 here, 3, 6 here. Now, can you bring them together? 12 plus 6. So my child will bring all of them together. Okay, this I'll keep here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so you have 8 ones and 1 tens. By this time, my child knows ones and tens concept. Okay, so I am not teaching that here. I'm just telling her to use the manipulatives, the tens and ones blocks to do addition. I'll make a different video of how do I teach that ones and tens. But as of now, if you're on this level, we're teaching addition. Your child already knows that it's called tens and how these tens can be replaced by this one, all this thing. So this is the second level of addition where you introduce the tens and ones concept. Why we need tens and ones concept, that I'll show you in the number bonds next level. So now when a child is at level that if given these set of blocks, he can these set of blocks only as manipulatives. I'm not doing anything, just as manipulatives. If a child can do a basic addition visually with no carryover, nothing, then we are ready for the next level. Okay, so the concept of that, if there are 10 blocks here, it can be replaced by 110, and then we can make the number. That all has to be mastered. So my kids mastered it at age of 5+ year old, 5.5, near about 6. That age so this is how we did. This is done. Now we move to pen and paper. Now I show them in number bonds. 12 can be written as 10 and 2. 6 is written as 6 because that's how we made here, right? But we are doing on pen and paper now. I keep them out of the picture now. Then 10 goes here. So you add 10s to 10s and 6 and 2 because visually when you did, right, you had 2 and you had 6, right? That's what we did. 3, 6 were there and 2 were there. So what did you do visually? You brought 6 and 2 together. So you bring 2 and 6 together and you make 8. And you had one block anyways lying here. So you bring them and then 1 and 8. Then I show her the number bond. And now my target here further is that without these ones, without any manipulative, can the child write using only number bonds? So I'm telling you my little one who is 6+ year old now, she's at this level now. Number bonds she can do with manipulative. She always want to go to manipulative, and I let her be because still she's getting it. But this is a mastery level. I expect from her that if I say 42 plus 5, she should be able to make a number bond, think visually in her mind that 42 means 4 tens. I mean, like 40, you need 4 of these ones, 2 of this ones, and then add ones to ones, make 7, and 47. Or if 26 plus 12, it should be 20 and 6, visually. 10 and 2, because you need two tens blocks and one tens block, bring tens together. So because if I have a bigger number like this, so I'll have like this is my 12, and the next one will be my 26. So I have 20 and I have 6. So now I have this number. So this all she can do, my younger one can do with manipulatives, but when go to number one, she's not able to do it. So we're still working. So this is what, 26 and 12. So bring ones together, all the ones together here, then it makes 8, and bring all the tens together, it makes 30. So the number is 30 plus 8, 38. So we are doing, so a child has to learn in hands-on first, and then I expect her to do in number bonds on paper. But now 6+, she's still working. My elder one got this concept pretty soon, but it's okay. Every child is different. But this has to be mastered before we go to the next level. That is what my request to you is. You can try doing next one, sometime it clicks, but this is how step I'm following. Okay, now we'll go to more like 86 plus 12. Bigger numbers anyway scare her out. So 86, 10 and 2, 80 and 10 come together. So this all, because you've done visually with it, she can bring like all the tens at first, all the ones at first, and then. So then a child understand what does a number bond means. Why did we learn this number bond concept here somewhere, right? In the first beginning we understand number. This is what the concept is all about. So that is what I'm expecting her. And if the child is confident, you can replace by 100 also, like 80 plus 6, 1900. So we have a 100 block. So I have not taught it to my 6-year-old, but yeah, you can replace my 100 block. That's entirely depends on your child, what is the level. Then you can do 100 plus 10, whatever it is. Now, once the child is done with two-digit number bonds, everything she is confident with, then I will move to the next level. Confident in the sense, I would not say 100% accuracy, but I'll explain 80% accuracy to introduce the next concept. But if the child is already lost in this numbers, there's no use adding the new thing there, because it confuses the child more, in my experience. So now again we are going to double digit addition, but it has a carryover, like why we are doing this and what do we do. So when I was a kid, I carry over, you move one like this and then it carry over. My child did not take it. He said, like, why are you moving one here? And I did not know. I honestly did not know how to explain to her. So again we use manipulative here. So why we move one there is 16 plus 5. Okay, I take 16, so child will make 16, and I have 5 more to make here. Now 16 plus 5 is equal to 6 plus 5. I removed here. Now it is 11. So 11 cannot be here, right? It is too cumbersome for us. So I remove 10 from here and I replace it by this one. But now it is very alone and it sees that it wants to go back to his friend. So I bring this here. So we have 2 tens and 1 ones, and then it becomes 21. Again, the concept that why 1 जो हम carry over करते थे, right? Why 1 goes carry over to another level? Because here we had 11 blocks and they were too much. So if we can remove the 11 1/10 of it from this, it'll like to go to its group, right? So it'll go here and it'll stay only once. In Montessori, you can show by house concept or whatever. I use this one. So now see, this looks okay. This is only 1 and this is 2. So that is why. This is why we have a carryover from this to this place, because it was more than 10 and it can be easily make it added like this to make it neat and clean. That's how I taught. So now once the child gets this, again this all has to be done with blocks first. All this carry over, everything, you can go to different levels. 16 plus 5, I'm giving one example. Go to as many numbers, practice as much as possible. Once gets the concept with these number blocks, that why one carry over, why why this happens basically, then go to number bonds. Now if I say this one, because if you see number bond wise is very complicated. 16 plus 5 is 10 plus 6. 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. 11 goes to 10 and 1. Now this was 10, 10, 10, 20. 1 goes here, 21. Now this much is, writing this much is a lot for a child. So my 6-year-old cannot do it, and I'm okay. But we are still working on these blocks. When the child is comfortable with the blocks, then he can visually understand what you are doing here, because for a child is overwhelming. So that is what is my request. Do everything practically first, that why one got transferred, what is carryover, why ones can be replaced by tens. When you explain all this, then you move to the next level. So again, this is 16 plus 28. If you see, ask my 6-year-old to do this, she can't do it. It's too much for her. And unless she does it, she'll not get the concept. So my 7-year-old, when she was little, she did not go to that major thing, but she could do things in her mind very fast. So basically we tried this kind of questions, and when she will goof up, there was some mistake, I will explain her like this: 10, 6, 28. 8 plus 6, 14. 14 is 10 and 4. So you make 30 plus 10, 40 and 4. Again we go back to blocks level. So a child needs to have this mastery level, is to able to do these questions in her mind to move to the next one. That is my experience. So this I'm telling. If you see my busy books, I never write top down. I rarely give space. So 16 plus 28 should be 44. If my child was able to do this mentally without using mental any rough space on the notebook, then I will say, okay, the child has covered it. Now we'll move to next level. There will be mistakes, 16 plus 28 will turn at 34, will turn 54 sometimes, and that's okay. But it means the child is able to draw these numbers in her mind. You get the intention. I'm not expecting 20 30 plus 10 also, sometimes you goof up, they're kids, but she can able to visualize this process in her mind and find the answer. It means she can handle these big numbers. So yes, you reach here. Then we go to the next level. Now it's going to big number addition, which is like 7 plus year old. It can be 8, 9, 10. Basically, this is the addition level of mine. This is, I would say, adult addition level, which I'm nowadays trying to teach my elder one, all mentally. This is based on fluency. First level is based on fluency, like 8 plus 2, 10, 6 plus 4, 10, 7 plus 3, 10, or 16 plus 4, 20. All those fluency questions. When kids had mastered all these concepts, we move here, because at this stage I will not use any manipulatives. So yeah, at this level you will go to hundreds also. You'll see everything what a child can do, explain all the concepts. At this level we are not using manipulatives unless a child need to revisit a concept. Till then we are not doing anything. We are doing big number addition, where this is how my mind operates. So I told her the trick that, like, 42 plus 18, can you make zeros in the end? Because 10 plus 2 is easy, 20 plus 2 is easy, 100 plus 20 is easy, because 0 just becomes 0, right? Adding in 10s and 20s is easy. So see, how can you make it zeros in the end? So mama, 8 plus 2 is equal to 10, right? So it is be 40, remove 2 there, it becomes 20, it becomes 60. Yes. 94 plus 26, again, can you make it 100 somewhere? Yes. 90 plus 30, and then 10 I bring here, I make 100, and that becomes 20. Or you could take 6 from here to here, make it 100. 20 is already here, you make 120. All this thing is happening mentally. We are making 10s and 1s, but in a mind, and that's how it simplifies. Then you go to 3-digit addition. So when I'm telling you all this, you go back to my busy book for my 7-year-old, and you will see this is how we progressed. Now I went to 3-digit addition. It is again based on fluency only. 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. So 2, we will make it 300, because I want zeros in the end. So it needs 16. So in 16 from here, it becomes 310. So yes, 300, 600, 10. Again, when we conquered this level of fluency, this level of mental maths, we are moving here. This is what my 7.5, whatever, is working on. We are goofing up a lot here, but this is what I want her to achieve. Like, if 68 plus 45, I'll make it 70. I have 43 here. I'll make it 100 next level. It'll be 13 here, and it'll be 113. Going to more level, I'll make it 0, 1 0 in the end. I'll try to make 2 zeros in the end, and then I will able to add it. Then this is my level, which I wish when she's done with this, I will know that she knows her addition in and out. It's my own level, I've set it for her. 246 plus 528. So I'll make it 1 zeros first, here 2 zeros and 24 left. I will, these two add become 750, 24, and then I add it. This one again, I will make it 100, I'll make it 600. This one has to be added. This basically just 2-digit addition will carry over. I'll make it 70 again because it's easy to make 0 in the end. 12, 70 plus 12, like that. This is my level. This is how I do maths mentally in my mind. So that is what, when she's done with it, I will get to she done the maths. But this is a long process. It takes time, and we have a time till age of 10. I know you just keep moving by this process logically with manipulatives and everything, so that he gets the concept of addition. And because I'm not looking at a curriculum for myself, for my child, I want her to do what I'm doing in my mind as maths, and that's what is my level. So this is what sequence I follow. If you have any questions, you let me know, and I'll explain that way. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.